win, whether that's in a practice or in a game. He's a great person to be able to look to as far as leadership goes.
When you look at all the stuff that you've accomplished this year, and obviously the talks about Heisman, do you think you're a Heisman finalist with the way you performed this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
I can't get into that. I worry about Northwestern right now.
You 2 years in a row now, you've had really good performances against Michigan. What do you think it is that you've been able to see going into these games that have allowed you to perform at that level?
Just this the man coverage just helps out a lot because we have great athletes. So to be able to give the ball to them in space helps out tremendously with our team. And just knowing that it's a rivalry makes it a lot easier as far as getting ready for them and just competing against the guys that I've known since high school and recruiting and stuff like that. So there's a lot of other factors into it.
Hey, Dwayne, should you be a Heisman Trophy finalist?
Yes, right.
You stole my question?
No, you stole my question. Come on, man.
Can you repeat it for me better, though?
He said yeah.
Okay, so say yes.
Yeah.
Dwayne, I asked Terry McLaurin about this yesterday. I know you've been getting a lot of the leadership questions. He said that sort of as the year progressed, you just started showing more of your personality. Is that a conscious effort? Is that you just becoming more comfortable? How does that transpire?
It's probably just be more comfortable as you get to play more and earn trust with your teammates and coaches. You just start to open up. So as the season going on, I've been able to come out of my shell and be more vocal and then be able to do things that I'm supposed to do as a quarterback. And I felt like I've definitely got better with that every game this year.
Does that? This might be hard to answer. Does that feel different from week to week? And is that something that you're thinking about?
I won't say thinking about. You just feel it. You have that. You said that vibe that you're able to do things that you haven't been able to do before. So just like each game, each practice, you feel a little bit more respect. You feel a lot of energy towards guys leaning towards you to get that energy from you. So that's probably it.
Was that something that was in your personality, or did you have to develop that as far as being vocal and stepping up as a leader? Was it in your personality, or is it something that you had to?
No, it's there. I just felt like I needed to earn that first.
Are you by nature a quiet person?
It depends on who I'm talking to.
Hey, Dwayne, did you see or hear the jokes that Urban Meyer made about you on Monday?
Which one?
The one about shoulder pads dropping.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it.
Do you have a take on that, or?
Coach has his phrases and stuff, but I let him. He got it.
What do you see from Northwestern when we're studying them on film? What stands out about their defense?
Just very fundamentally sound. They do a lot of things together as a defense that you have to be able to pick them apart, drive down the field on them. They don't give you too many big plays. A lot of base coverage, not too many pressure. So got to play really great football against them.
Dwayne, what has changed with this team since that Purdue loss to get to the Big Ten championship here?
Probably just finding our mojo, finding out who we are, our identity as a team, and being able to, even though we lost that game, to know that we can bounce back. And each game was a learning process. And now that we've got the ball rolling, we were able to get better on all phases of the game. So we're looking forward to playing a complete game against them on Saturday.
Dwayne, just a very simplistic football question. What's the difference for a quarterback playing a defense that plays a lot of man versus a defense that's going to play a lot of zone?
So with man coverage, you can go like 18 for 32 and you can have a good day because 5 passes go for like 60-yard touchdowns. With zone coverage, you have to complete like 70% of your passes to be able to move the ball down the field against them because there's not a lot of big plays. So you have to be able to pick them apart, dissect them, and be able to see the coverages and zones, and knowing that not every pass is going to be a touchdown. So with zone coverage, you got to be able to identify whether it's 1 high man or 3 sky, or it can be 3 buzz or 3 fire or 3 fire rock, a whole bunch of different things that you can see out there. So to be able to find the check down, be able to know the down and distance, and move the ball down the field.
And obviously you've faced both this year, but how do you think you are against man, and how do you think you are against zone as a quarterback?
I feel like I'm great against both. Minnesota played a little bit of zone coverage. Indiana did a combination of both, and you never know what you're going to get because all week in practice you can look at man coverage, and then on the game day they show you zone. So you got to be ready for both coverages. Northwestern's a lot more so zone than it is man coverage, but if they give me open receiver, I'm going to complete it.
Hey, Dwayne, it might be a little bit early to ask this, but it's something that people talk about. think there was a sentiment, or people think that you could go to the NFL after this year. I know that you've always been a forward thinker. Is that something that you've ever considered or thought about? And do you have a take on just what people think in that regard?
I mean, I know there's conversation about it, but my biggest focus is trying to go win games on Saturday. So when it's time to think about that, I'll talk to my family about it. But that's my first year here, the dream playing here, and this was a whirlwind. Just really blessed, and to be in the conversation and be an NFL draft pick, it's been a dream of mine, but it was my dream to play here first.
Dwayne, this is your second time going to Indy, first time as a starter. I know there were maybe rumors that maybe you could be starting last year. I mean, how realistic was that last year, and did preparing for that game last year maybe help you with your preparation for this year?
Yeah, I mean, last year was crazy. I still kind of don't know what happened. JT had his knee scoped, and there was all weekend practice. I was with the ones, and I thought I was going to start, and he played, and he did great. So I wasn't shocked by that, but just I was preparing him to be a starter all week, and Saturday before the game, he's running out full speed. I'm like, okay, well, he's good. So just having that week of preparation as being a starter for a game like that versus Wisconsin helps me out going into this game because I know what it takes to go prepare for a game like this.
How excited are you to finally get that start, though? I mean, were you a little bit let down maybe that you weren't starting last year, or after preparing as the starter for the whole week?
No, I mean, I was let down as a competitor. You want to play, but you have to know what's best for the team. So, JT was our leader at the time, and he's done a great job here at the university. So I'm looking forward to leaving my mark here on this team and on this championship game. So looking forward to it.
The goal here, Dwayne, is to win this game. Obviously, is the goal. Obviously, the college playoff is out there as well. Do you have anything in mind? I mean, in 2014, it was a huge win, and it kind of launched you guys into the national title game. Have you guys talked about that, or what you need to do in this game to impress the committee?
I wouldn't say we talked about that specifically. We just know we have to go out there and make a statement. So we have to just win the game, and the committee will make a decision from there. But we got to worry about Northwestern before we're able to worry about anything else.
Do you think there's any advantage to